All right, but we can still hear you. What you got for me?
What's wrong with black networking? This is in regards to the shorty with the green dress.
Black networking?
Shorty with the green dress and the guy with the brown shirt. Now he redeemed himself in that last clip, right? When he had said when he stuck up for the men that are trying to be in their children's lives, right? With the fathers. That guy in the brown shirt, he tried to connect with the chick with the green dress that had the businesses, right? Remember her?
So your answer is what's wrong with black networking?
Yeah, my question to you is what's wrong with black network? So let me
nothing. No. Let me answer your question. Absolutely nothing.
So I'm very big on supporting.
I'm very big on supporting.
Yeah.
Like I said, I got my own clothing line. Is you putting it in your store or not?
Ridiculous work. You say one of your 5-year goals is to create a clothing line. Then you ask this woman who says that she wants to create multiple businesses if you would put your not yet created clothing line in her store. Dastardly, feminine, and diabolical work, my friend. There is no clothing line. You've been talking about for the last 27 years about you creating a clothing line, and it's never coming to fruition. MTRs, you got to be able to identify the bullshit when you see it. Asking a woman whether or not she's going to help support your business, your life that you're supposed to create for yourself, and at the same junction say that I don't want to work in a couple of years is the absolute identification that you're dealing with a bum. That ain't it, brother. Nasty word. No wonder he's got no shape up. Now, if you put what I was saying in the context correctly of what it was that I was saying, then you would understand why I don't think a man should position himself from a woman that he does not know. There's nothing wrong with black people networking. What an odd and ridiculous question. Anyway, go on. I'm listening.
So yeah, I mean okay, now I will say this. The manner of it which he presented it was kind of like he could have did a little bit better with the negotiation. But for him to say that, hey, I got a clothing line, how about I attach my clothing line to your store so we can do some business? It's like the way he kind of framed it into some sort of a masculine feminine role is just kind of weird to me. You feel me? Whereas from my perspective, I just saw two black people trying to work some business. And I just understand why we have to add ad hominem to that situation.
It's not an ad hominem means that I'm name calling him. First off, second off,
you call him feminine. You call him like a
second off, the idea that I am going to create a t-shirt business and utilize the businesses, her saying that she's an engineer, multiple businesses, and already in a first date type of scenario, he's talking about putting things within her store, puts him in a position of being submissive to her. It's her store, not his store. Now, what does she say in response? She said, we're going to get your own store. So now she is now the masculine. She is now the dominant because of him trying to insert a product within her. No, as a man, you create for her. You are the king. You are the kingdom, not her. How are you going to lead being in her store? That doesn't make any sense. But as the king, which most women, and especially feminine women, love, they love a man that thinks of himself as a king, that also has the actions to show outcomes and results in her life, leads from a perspective of protection, can lead from a perspective of pushing business forward. Towards the end of it, he said, why did I stick this around? It's because, she's about making money. No, he's coming from a position of submission. And he's coming from a position of, I like her because she's about her business or her money-making ability. So for that, I said that it is a feminine position. Does that make sense? If you frame it within the idea of what's wrong with black people networking, you got to hear the entire context of the conversation, my guy.
Like I said, I got my own clothing line. Is you putting it in your store or not? This it right here.
Honestly,
I'm a walking billboard.
We're going to open your own store. That's what we're going to do.
Oh no. Did you give the opportunity for the woman to not only reject you, but then to boss up on you? Did you give the young, future successful, multi-entrepreneur business creator who's currently an engineer not only to say, no, you ain't putting your dusty ass shirt in my store. Did you just allow her to completely subvert your masculinity for filth? So brother, just real quick. So respond to like what I just said. Do you disagree that it puts him in a position of submission?
No, I don't see it. I don't think that's a position. I don't think that's a position when it's about business. That's a business transaction that transpired. Yes, she is the big boss. Yes, she is the more masculine position in this specific scenario. And she also has more money than him, is more accomplished than him in general. Like that's something he's not to contend with regardless. But to add like a homonym to it, to call him feminine, or to say he's coming from a feminine perspective or whatever, or whatever
is correct. It's correct.
You can call. I don't. From what correct does not. No, that's not correct. It's like when it comes to business, it's about getting two people coming together, making an exchange, making a deal, and then both of them coming out with results.
But my guy, this is not a networking event. It's a dating show.
Oh yes, yeah.
I need you to understand the context of the conversation. This is not a networking event. This is not a time to promote your business. It's time to try to understand the other person on the other side that is holding the balloon. She postured up multiple times in a masculine position. And listen, that's her aura. That's her essence. Her name is Rambo up on Instagram. The real Rambo. Oh no. The real Rambo. Why would you want to create a name off of the masculine ass character of Rambo? Your call. She shows masculine. She shows unwavering leadership. And she's probably going to accomplish whatever business or purpose goals that she has within her life. I'm saying that the way that he's talking about this positions him as within a feminine role, within a receiving role, not within a role of creating something himself and then leading her and getting her support, her inspiration in order to multiply what it is that he's creating or attempting to create. So it's not networking. You're not up here to network and to talk about business.
I agree. This is not the time to be networking. I completely agree with that.
So then, when you say that, so if you agree that it's not the time to be networking, you agree, if you concede to that, then my issue again, and then I guess if you concede to that, then why come on here and say what's the problem with black networking?
Because the problem I have with you or with what you're saying is that you're adding like a negative stigma on two people like networking. Now again, I agree. This is not the time to do
it's
that.
Not networking.
I guess an ideological standpoint.
Yeah.
If this was a networking event, you would still say the exact same thing because that's the way you will go about seeing masculine and feminine roles and things like that. The fact of the matter is this: you got something to say.
Yeah, my guy. So the context of why I do these shows is to critique those that are within the dating game and also critique modern dating culture as it exists today. You all right? Your head's down. You thinking about what I'm saying?
I'm listening, bro.
So you asked me to speak, bro. I don't know why you acting like you tired of me talking when I just
No.
So the thing is that's happening here. Do you have a t-shirt business? Does this readily relate to you? Is that why you have such a strong opinion regarding this?
I'm just pro-black, bro. That's all.
What do you mean? What does pro-black have to do with it? I don't care if he's white. I don't care if there was a white and a black guy. You coming up on here with this race shit as if there's some type of black culture. I'm not talking from that perspective. I'm talking the context of this show is it's a dating show. You're trying to position yourself in a positive perspective in order to get the highest degree of chance to get selected. Now, what happened towards the end of that show? She said to him, I would like a guy that's in a better position than what you are right now. That's what she said to him. Literally. Yeah. That's what she said. And the reason why she said that, is because he positioned himself in a feminine weakling role. Absolutely. And that's why I said, stop faking the funk. That's why I said, stop faking the funk. So what I said is that keep working and earning what it is, the results, the good outcomes within your life. What he has earned is 4 kids by 4 baby mamas. This is way beyond just a networking conversation that you got what's wrong with black networking conversation. And it in fact goes layers beneath what it is that you're currently conceiving. Does that make sense?
I don't agree with that. It makes sense. I just don't agree. But the point I was getting at is, even if this was a networking event, you would say the exact same thing about him positioning.
How do you know what I would say, my guy?
Beg your pardon?
I said, how do you know what I would say?
Because okay, so what would you say if this was a networking event? And
Then it doesn't matter. Here's the thing. If I have a popping, booming t-shirt business and I'm like, hey, yo, you know, you got storefronts over here. First of all, I'd ask a lot more questions than the ridiculous question of just put me in your store. That's odd behavior. As a business person, you don't do that. First, you got to understand location. First, you got to understand the audience of who it is that she currently markets to. Then you got to understand how to get product into the, like, there's so many questions, but just asking that question, business people, real business people, don't even operate in that way. If you operate like that, then you need to change that. But here's the thing. If you're coming at it from a networking perspective and he wants to push his product in front of the right people because the people that go into that store are more than likely to buy the shirt that he's trying to market, and he can deal with the cost that is associated with the store, we're talking just straight up business right then. But the context of this is a dating show. And in fact, the girl who popped doesn't even agree with you. Why? Because she said so. She said that she wanted a guy in a better position than what he was describing himself to be.
Yeah, like I already said, I said like 3 times already that I agree with her popping on. I'm talking about this idea that him coming under her with the clothing line is some sort of a female trait or something crazy like that. That's the problem. That's why I called in. I think that's utter nonsense, especially from a black perspective. Black people should be networking, even if the man is considered under the woman, even though if she has all the business or whatever. Doesn't make sense.
But here's the thing. I gotta move on to the next person here in a quick second. The thing is that it sounds like you agree with me under the dating context. So then what are we even talking about? Well, because I'm telling you that this is look at all of the videos on my channel. This is the context is dating, but you're arguing something from your own position, taking things that I'm saying and saying what I would be saying in a situation if the context was changed. For what? Does it make you feel better to straw man my argument?
It's not a straw man. I mean,
it is. I'm telling you it's out of context. A straw man means that you're answering something. You're speaking up for something that I never said. What you're taking is my argument and you're placing it in a different context. But I'm telling you it's in a dating context. And in fact, the girl doesn't even agree with you.
Oh my God, dude. Listen, I said like 5 times already that I agree with her popping on him for that reason.
So then why are we having a conversation? If you agree with me, then why are we having a conversation? You're standing up for something that I never talked about. You're riding high on this black caller shit. Excuse me, on this black networking shit when it doesn't have anything to do with what I'm talking about.
I'll put it in that context then. I don't think for that, there's other reasons why she should have popped that balloon, especially the multiple kids. I kind of think that women with no kids should date men with no kids, but that's besides the point.
Sure.
He should be worried about those other mothers. Like Kevin Sanders said the exact same thing. That's putting that aside though. Her popping the balloon because he's trying to network with her. I think that's also nonsense. But if she wants the more traditional type of thing where the man is like the lead, the head of some shit, I mean that's a thing, I guess. I think it's foolish, but I understand that's her perspective, that's her preference. But
and my response to that is that you need to lead from a position of power, and that was not a powerful position that he put himself in. And the lady on the show agrees with me. Anyway, thank you so much, brother, for calling in. I appreciate your point of contention. Feel free to call back anytime.
All right, disagree, but take it easy.
All right, brother. What did you think about the last caller?
What?
I don't know if you could listen if you was backstage.
I did, man. I can imagine, and I admire your level of patience with that caller.
I try, my brother. I try.
Yeah, you just up here doing God's work, and I can tell that you converse with some individuals who do not have a dominant father figure.
Yeah.
Just simply because they can be combative instead of hearing the talking point.
Yeah.